Alright, back again, Luke here, and after reading a lot of the comments that I had gotten on my last video here, I figured I'd explain some of those questions. A lot of people have asked what is the Pachinko machine and what's it made up of, and as you can see here, I've kind of opened the door up, and if you look inside here, you can see all of these tiny little brass pins. Now these brass pins are all bent to a certain angle, and they're all located in a certain position, and what happens here is these steel bearings. This is what I was talking about before. Each one of these steel bearings is about 4 yen a piece, so about 4 cents. And the steel bearings come in through the different various slots here, and they bounce down throughout the different pins, and then they land in certain positions. You know, some of them, well, since the door's open, it's not really going to work so well. But they float around throughout here, bounce around, and this casing here is pretty strong. It's made out of a lot of metal, and there's a little bit of plastic in it. But the balls wind up bouncing around in here. They slide out throughout the outside, and they slide out throughout the inside here. It all depends on where the direction of them goes is based on the lever here. Now this lever, you must have like a kind of firm grip on it in order for it to shoot out the balls. If you just touch this by itself, nothing will happen. I think it's based on like a static electric kind of system, whereas if you make full contact with it and then turn the lever here, the balls will start to shoot around here on the inside of the casing. But depending on how hard or how far you turn this lever is how strong the balls will float around on the inside here. So if you just lightly touch this, the balls will sometimes just shoot down from this top part here and just kind of bounce down a little bit. If you turn it all the way, they'll fly around, and sometimes they'll go around the opposite direction. It all depends. But in Japan, Pachinko is kind of like a legalized way of gambling. In Japan, gambling is basically illegal, but what they were able to do with Pachinko is they were able to develop a system where all of these steel bearings down here, you would get carts and carts, like these kind of boxes or cases filled with them, and they would count them out in these huge drums, these huge machines, and then depending on how many of these you had, you could get either prizes like animals, stuffed animals, things like that at the beginning, and then they started to change it to cash prizes. So essentially you are gambling and you're getting money for it, but because it's in the shape of a prize instead of like directly giving cash, it's been legalized. So Pachinko is like the only legalized form of gambling in Japan. And like I said before, these things are really loud, especially when you have a lot of the balls floating around in here. It just sounds like a bunch of marbles in a washing machine. But these speakers here, they're designed, the way that these systems are designed is they're supposed to be loud. Because these machines are so noisy when the balls are going around, these speakers have to put out a lot of sound. So naturally, when you plug these things in for the first time, if you don't have anything set up, these things will just blare music. It's deafening. So what I did here is, you know, I just put in a couple of pots, really small ones here. I got these out of an old Famicom disc system, one on this side and then one on this side, and was able to adjust the volume down just a little bit, so make it bearable when you're playing with it. But yeah, these things are really narrow, really thin, as you can see here. The width it's not very big at all. These are usually encased in a huge row in Pachinko parlors, and usually encased in like wood, so they're easily removable. They're still heavy. I'm trying to think. This one weighs, I think, about 50 kilos or around that. It's a bit on the heavy side, although it does look pretty light. But close it up here, and I'll turn it on again. Let's see. It's not going to be too much different than the last video here, but you have all the different lighting on the outside here, the outside of the panel. These are just regular twist-out light bulbs. So if you can see here, just twist them out, pop them out. And all the circuitry is in the back, so it's kind of hard to get a look at that from here. But I would try and show you this thing with the door open in action, but because of the fact that the balls come flying out like this direction, without this glass pane in there, it's impossible. But, let's see here. So, let's get some more of these. Pop these. Now, if you lightly do this, as you can see, they're barely coming out. So it won't go any further than up here. If we try and do this a little bit stronger, you'll see now they're starting to come out. And the whole idea behind Pachinko too is you want to have a constant thing going. So if you find a good position where most of the balls are coming down and they're landing in the middle, you basically got to keep your hand in that position. If you let go, then you're risking missing a continuous bonus that happens with these Pachinko machines. But next, let's see here. We'll crank on this really hard, and you can see they're shooting way over here now. And really firing up there. And then if you slow it down a little bit, you can see like so. But yeah, this is just one kind of system that it uses. In the back, usually there's a lot of different ways that it collects the balls and then puts them down into a bigger container. But just wanted to give you a little bit of a look here at what the Pachinko machine's all about. Try and answer a few questions. Had a ton of questions, so it was really hard to respond back. But hopefully this will give you a little bit of an insight as to what the Pachinko machine's made up of and how it works. But that's about all for me for right now. Like always, I'll put up another video here soon, so thanks for watching.